it is very nice. For me, it's a big pleasure to come to you and finally to ask so many undefined things in which I explore, and so it is very, very precious opportunity to be here and in your studio, in your environment where you do your work, your marvelous work. So, since how long are you concrete dealing with mental retardation program?
In fact, I first started my research on retardation and such problems. 1986.
1986?
Yeah. Actually, it is unbelievable by the scientific way. And after the keen understanding of the secret of the nature, which I used to believe the creator, that can be the God, the secret particle of the God can be the Gaudian particle. And after understanding these things, just my research has been why the being is so struggling to maintain their health, and it is always difficult to the well-being of all the being, not only concerned to human being. My initial investigation connected with the all living creature, with the fundamental principles of the natural materials in many form of energies like sound, water, light, taste, smell, and all the ambience of the natural resources. Exactly, that give me an idea about that since the creator when started to create each and every being, of course, together with the birth of each and every being, the nature was provided ample of infrastructure, ample of materials, and whatever they want to live and into more luxurious way, that has been there. But whenever the common man is not aware about the things, they has been finding into the darkness. And from the ancient people, they were used to communicate information one generation to another generation. But I believe in those days as literature or irreadable literature cannot be encrypted. That may be the cause of loss to all the ancient principles to the future generation. But I took my research and analysis, finding out the ancient script and the mythological aspects to make it a reusable research work. And of course, I have to say, I find out the result. Then my thought has been there, why people are calling retardation and what is the meaning of retardation? So there are some questions arises scientifically. All of the drug science, medical science and health science is proven in a laboratory manner. But when we are connecting with the ancient history, ancient principles, mythology and particle physics all together, some part of like a Gaudian particle, there's the European Union is innovated that there are some some gold particle.
Yes.
Gold particle.
So-called gold particle,
Gold particle. Yeah. Okay. So whenever a material comes to a chemical action due to the attachment of water or air, it can be formed into the biological conversion and that can be in any being. As per the biological developmental conversion, that can be the form of a living. The same aspect happening in the pregnancy stage of a human being. Many of the negative aspects and many of the unbalanced mineral components with this particular body of the pregnancy, which is holding the mother, that can be caused for the retardation and disability. I have to say disability. Retardation will not stand alone. Just any of the disability in the human body and as well as the mind can be, we used to call it a retardation. Not only mental retardation, it is physical retardation also. And just my research has been going forward into many aspects using many most modern physical properties, using physics, chemistry, biological aspect, microbiology, cell biology, and atmospheric physics, everything connected together. I continue my research is that the fundamental problem of a human being is starting from his birth itself. Because there is an algorithm which I see when a male sperm and a female egg join together, that is the forces to generate a Gaudian particle which we can call the auric field and the life position of that means that we call to
starting the life.
But there is no parameter of this third force that is energy.
Yes, correct.
Okay. When we want to transform this energy or reorganize this energy perfectly, if any fundamental laws on it, we have to re-implement. There is my specialty. Because there can be many causes by the male sperm, because there are many millions of factors has to include on each and every sperm, and that directly goes to the female egg. And similarly, like in the female egg is also that doesn't mean contained with all the particles which is necessary for the better reproductive purpose for a newborn baby. Okay. So in the male factor and the female factor, if there is any genetical imbalance, that can be affected into the newborn baby. So during the pregnancy period, all the dispensing to the newborn is by the mother itself through the umbilical cord. In that time, no parameter to identify if it necessary means if any limitation or need more necessity in this inborn in the pregnancy, which is in the uterus, and that is people are even the medical science is also so blind on that. And before maybe on the 8th month of maturity on the pregnancy stage, the baby started to regulate his life as his own without the support of his umbilical cord and dispensing through that.
Even before birth?
Before birth. Okay. That time only this particular baby is getting tried to self-amplify all this body mechanism. Okay. And even after the birth, he started to breathe the direct oxygen from the atmosphere. That the neurological factor and the neuro roots and fibrons has to be perfect to transform signal from one to other place. That is a compartmental logics between connecting all the organs of the human body, means the body of the child. And if it is not healthy and it is not amplifying themselves, that cannot be applicable and that can be cause of the deformity or retardation. And of course, on my major research which I used to decode each and every person through the analysis of this fingerprint. Just the funny and interesting thing is that like any other machine, mechanical machine, the fingerprint of a human body is a user manual and the algorithm of the total body and its constitution. That we can decode and that we can identify one person defective part and the upper part, lower part, and the chronicle algorithm whichever contains that body. And we are able to identify where is the exact complaint by what cause. Okay. Just technically, the identifying the problem has been the major risk on the administration of any disease, not only the disease, but any condition. But this technology which I has been developed is 100% apt on detecting such a problem in that body. After that, I used to develop a unique technology to that particular patient, and that technology is enough. Any of the excess particles is there that we are able to detect it, and any lower particle is there, we are able to add it also. It's the funny thing is that I told you this since the beginning. It's many time back also. Since on the birth of every being, the nature gave what more than enough infrastructure, source of minerals, and source of living situations to that. And using the same technique, just the fundamental thing of the human body is the consumption of particles from the nature only. No artificial material or no other substitute is matching to develop any of the body. Even we are getting the skin color, we are getting the intellectual level, our neurons, our skins, five elements, and our the major organs, five organs, and all our system is developing as per the ratio. These things cannot be developed as per the ratio. It can be the major problem or the developmental segment, and that can be affected into any type of deformity. Okay, after understanding this through the decoding system, what we can do is that we can dispense the apt particle through air and through water. That we can naturally detect from the nature itself, and we can dissolve it into water, that we can dissolve into air, and that through breathing itself we are just getting recharged. That all the particles can be in the form of digestive format on the air, and that is dispensing according to the theater segment. Okay, and one more major thing is that the water. I think I discussed this topic earlier that the water and the air are two major important substances existing all the being, not only human being. I'm talking about all the creature under the sky. Okay, so the water, the perfect parameter and the perfect minerals and substantial materials is 100% apt health tonic for the being. So perfectly I advise to prepare for you a healthy water. A healthy water with a healthy air will give you 100% health, and that eliminated from the any deformity, that eliminated from any of the retardation or developmental delay or learning disability or some beauty disorder. And that means there is a algorithm in the skeletal structure, that is body have a proportion, our bones have a proportion. Whenever this proportion is not comparatively similar or not in a proportion, that can be a deformity. that will affect totally. We have to say that it is not beautiful according to the public sake. So beautification is also possible using the same technology. The importance of this technology is that we are not using any artificial materials. We are not using any artificial technique. We are not supporting any chemicals. We are not supporting any of the dispensing drugs. Actually, this system is conceived from the nature and the re-implementing the same system with an organized atmosphere that is similarly as how nature is creating a new one. So that's the secret behind it. And I don't know how to communicate this topic to the world because they have to learn the things to in very advanced level, advanced scale. Okay, there is the current situation and the thing is that in between the span, just I used to treat many thousand retarded children from the part of the world. But eventually my mistake has been all that retarded children has been from the higher upper class of the community that cannot be published in any of the journals. That I have all the videos. But due to the ethical manner and the ethics of mind, I will not publish that. Anyhow, just you felt by seeing all those things and now you know what
it is. Yes, amazingly amazing.
Yes, that is the current situation. Okay, that we need to develop this technology. Already it is developed. We have to teach this technology. We have to convey this technology to more public as a next generation health consumption. Okay, just that doesn't mean we are against the medical system. We are against the social system. We of course we respect the medical system in emergencies and some diseases, medical is mandatory. And sometimes we have to say that spirituality, religion is also the part of good leadership of the society. In some way, that is support to the common man into good manner under the organized living situation. So we are not against any of such approach. 100% we follow them, and just this is one way. This is not called a treatment. This is an education. Education for a being how to live better. And this is an equation that we are teaching them how you have to be a person with a healthy living. That we are giving the total information to them directly or indirectly using the natural forces, which is 100% silent, and that will not give any of the disturbance of any, even the infant level to any aged person will not get any difficulties.
So it means the whole new method does not have any side effects, any bad negative side effects.
See, that is the interesting thing is that just we are using one of the major thing is water. What side effects? Only the water is designed not to mix up with any toxin, not to be mixed up with any of the liquid or solid or liquid particles, and it should not be chlorinated, or it should not be from the sewage mixed with the sewage water or something like that. It should be 100% sincere natural water with adding ingredients of the mineral carbonate. That is almost when we are analyzing the water, we can see around 1900 minerals contains with the purified, with the 100% sincere and pure water. And the water is the ultimate life-saving medicine which I see. Then the other thing is that the organized thing, the attack of nitrogen, sulfur, yes, and many of the other ingredients in the breathing air is giving more harm to the brain cells. So the air is, we are preparing the air through some condensers, and we control the air during the process of the aging. That is also more important in children. That's also one factor. The other thing is that just during the treatment period, we are not permitting to the heavy sound beams and sound disturbances, because we consider each and every retarded children during the treatment period, and after that, when getting consciousness, they are like infant. So we are caring them like infant.
Give them a nice environment.
Nice environment. And after that, of course, we are permitting that we will not allow, we will control, not allow. So we will control some of the ingredients which they use day by day, like I'll explain, like pesticides. Just domestically using some pesticides for controlling cockroaches, ants, flies, all those things. See, this, if it is destroyable, all those flies, of course, definitely we have to think that will affect to the human being also. Okay. So, and just the smells. You know, the artificial chemistry, aromatic chemistry of the smells and the influence into of that type of smells into the human brain is very harmful, and each and every smells like that is giving some dose of the cell particles. So we are organizing for a particular period that is just what they have to smell and what cannot. And such harmful artificial materials we are limiting for a period. Anyhow, just I have to state that I did not see in such a safe manner of developmental process within a short span of time, and that is only this natural process and this my research. Okay, I used to practice it perfectly, and many thousand children across the world and their families also very satisfied. I felt that a child in a family become retarded or disabled, then the ecology of that family is totally collapsing. So after getting this child in a normal condition, what I felt is that it is wonderful, because they felt like a rebirth, like a rebirth. So it is really interesting. That is why I am putting on this profession itself, even though I have many other professions. But I am totally involved in this, and my research, my dedication, my all the time, everything I put behind the research, and even analysis of each and every cases. And through that, I offer, but I am getting 100% success of each and every cases. That is the present situation with this aspect.
I have seen that you are working on many levels, on many projects, and it seems that you work on those basics of the natural circumstances, like you work on sound, you work on and research on the colors, so many those natural aspects. So how it looks like you are so much attracted to the nature. When start that?
Actually, it is since the childhood itself. Just my childhood has been an interesting topic. My all the friends of those ages has been more than 80 years elder than, and like my grandfather and his colleagues, and one of the memorable person who is the wonder of the universe. He lived more than 900 years.
It's unbelievable to hear something like that.
Yeah. But he only in the known person, I tell you his name, is Prabhakarasatha Yogiga. He has been in Himalaya, and he learned many techniques from there and came back to the native. He is one of my neighbor. And the childhood itself, he used to love me very, somehow we are very close. And just he given many information about his past and his colleagues, what they did. And of course, my grandfather to 14th generation, up to 14th generation back. That is only the literature available. And all they are specialized in mythological aspect, scientific aspect, and the technical aspect of all the 64 branch of sciences, which is totally counter from the Indian situation.
So these old Indian scriptures about the health of the human being and the constitution of the universe.
Yes. Yes. And I think that has been the fundamental of my things, and I took very curiously that informations, and that is stored one by one. And when I come to the 10th standard, maybe my intellectual level of information can be maybe multifold on my age level. And maybe that is why I turn into my career into research and analysis. Especially, I have my faith traditionally with I have many temples of my own and my rituals, and I used to analyze all the religious aspect, not only the particular one, all the religious aspect across the world I used to analyze, and many things has been involved with me with, and of course my academic career go on to the different aspects of the religious approaches behind the things, and many that has been the key factor to come up to the research and analysis of these things. Okay, just I think just
yes, we can continue maybe.
Yeah, we can
afterwards.
Yeah.
So it was great pleasure to listen to you up to now,
Okay.
and so we will talk in the future.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.